Welcome back to the channel.
Today, we are hitting Route 66.
Yeah, we're going to stop somewhere along the way, so stay tuned to find out.
And where will we end up?
Come be lost with us. Alright, here's the last look at the room. If you want a full recap, check the show notes. Getting ready to go.
Yeah, about to hit the road.
Life is a highway. I want to ride it.
All night long.
There we go. Something a little bit different with this hotel is when you check out, you just basically leave the door, the deadbolt on, and then you leave that in, so that housekeeping knows that you left the room. It's kind of weird, but that's what they do. There's the restaurant we ate at the first night, the Fred Harvey restaurant. It's right across the street, well, right across that road from the hotel. And that's the outside of the hotel. You'll notice all of the cars in the parking lot are parked regular, but the one car that had to back into the space is from California. Something we've noticed along our travels. It's just interesting. To our point, that's what makes it funnier. Now he has to unpack his trunk with little space. Luckily we're moving. Otherwise, he could barely fit between where he parked and our car. Ugh. Think about. What'd you say?
I said, don't be stupid, people.
It's not just being stupid, being considerate. Just be considerate, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on. There's no major traffic here. You're not gonna have a problem backing out. Let's think about that. There's another California backed in, and Nancy wants to do a look at the outside as we leave. So let's see. I told you, California people. Why are you always backing in? It's not a busy place. Yeah, look at the patchwork. It really needs a refurb, and it's just kind of bland outside. Like, I wish they would have kept the theme. They have all these amazing pictures in the lobby of what it used to look like when it was Western from like the 1900s. And, you know, obviously you couldn't keep that, but you definitely could keep more of like a rustic, kind of like a wood-based sort of look to the whole place. Nacy noticed something this morning in the hotel room.
Little Grand Canyon buttons on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it does the Grand Canyon Railroad buttons on it, but for some odd reason, it doesn't track anywhere else. So it's just kind of interesting. Like, they decide to do certain things, and then other things they didn't decide to do. Yeah, the little thing underneath it says four-way stop. All way means four-way. But yeah, here's the old town. It's pretty cool. We didn't ever make it over there just because we were exhausted recovering from this head cold thing that we had. But it looks really cool. There's a brewery over there. The food looked decent. So we would definitely try that if we came back over any of the food at the hotel. And then you got this little old visitor information center. Looks like an old train station. Zoom out. Apparently the town has about 3,000 people. Ooh, that's a pretty road. It has about 3,000 people, and 400 of them are employed by the railroad company. Well, the hotel railroad company. So it's a pretty small town, and most of them, 25% work for that one place.
Yeah.
Colors of the West. Oh, I love the old town feel of this. I was going to stop recording, y'all, but it just keeps impressing me.
I know.
Look at this.
Cute.
Yes. I wish we would have felt better to explore a little bit.
Well, we're hoping we're going to see some stuff like this on our way to Albuquerque today. So.
Yeah, very Route 66-y.
This is Route 66. We're officially on Route 66, y'all.
Route 66!
So these are your other options of hotels, too, by the way.
Yeah, like Nancy said in the hotel video, most of them seem like Holiday Inns or like, you know, old school drive up, trying to avoid the cops hotels, you know? That's what you always see in movies, those types of hotels when people are trying to avoid the police. Just is, not hating on them. That's just what I think of every time I see them. There's Rose's or Rod's Steakhouse. That was one of the recommendations we had when we looked up. Wild West Steakhouse.
It's a little western little town.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a barbecue place here that the train tour guide, the second one, told us was decent. But I'm not sure if I trust her recommendations. The first one was good. The second lady, We do too many tourist attractions to We know how to pick them when they're just doing their jobs, when they actually love it.
Everything we kind of just take it with a grain of salt.
Agree. And I think we've done so many at this point that we know when people are just doing their jobs and when people are actually love it. So it's pretty. There's a pretty clear difference.
Miss Kitty's Steakhouse.
Oh, Miss Kitty. Hello, Miss Kitty.
And then there looks to be like a lodge up here.
Oh, this one look all right. Look at that. That one's kind of cool looking. Looks like it has like a slide. Oh, it does. It has one of those slide things.
Oh, that's
Canyon coaster.
That's the Alpine coaster she was talking about.
Yeah, that's cool. Didn't look open though, but that's still cool. And a big old flag. Americana right there. We're going to keep heading on Route 66 and we'll show you as we go. Check out the snow-capped mountain in the distance. Something we were talking about a little bit too is, so if you plan on doing Route 66, one thing you'll realize is that some places it looks like Route 66 has turned into other roads and stuff. So it was very difficult back there. Route 66 ended. There's no more Route 66 signs. And then it goes to 64, which takes you to Grand Canyon, which we didn't think that was right because it didn't say Flagstaff was that way. And then they had another road, it's like East Mountain Road, but no matter where you look at it, it doesn't say that's Route 66. So it's kind of difficult to figure out where we're supposed to be in all of this. Yep.
So we turned around, and now we're on 40.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it just disappears between here and Flagstaff, and then it comes back after Flagstaff.
Yeah, don't know. But we're going to find out one way or the other. So we're getting ready to get off 40. Like Nancy just said before the camera rolled out, she thinks it's kind of interchangeable. It does seem at this point it's kind of interchangeable. We're going to go down to Flagstaff Historic Route 66 downtown. We made it to Flagstaff. We're in the downtown area. We thought about going to the visitor center, but it's packed with people because there's an Amtrak station there and there's no parking. But check out the train. Right through the town. So it's clear there's a connection between Route 66. My father texting us, but there's clearly like a connection between Route 66 and the train tracks, because it basically runs right along the train tracks all the way from California. Because we've been almost to the end of California. We haven't been to the pier yet, but we've seen it pretty much up to the pier in California, all the way through Arizona, and now we're heading out here. Thoughts on Route 66 so far?
I like the classicness of it. I like seeing the really old signs. I like the ones that are like historic Route 66. I like that feel of it because it's a road that has been forgotten, I think, and everybody just kind of bypasses these towns. And if you've got the time, why not drive it?
Yeah. And it's interesting with Flagstaff and some of the other towns we've been through, like Kingman. Kingman really didn't do anything past Route 66. It just kind of stayed a Route 66 kind of like landmark. Whereas here, it seems like it's like Flagstaff is like blown up for some other reason. And so it's a little bit bigger of a town. And so they still have those Route 66 like, kind of like roots to some of the buildings. But a lot of it is kind of becoming more like a, I don't know, gentrified area. Because you can see some of the building, like Doghouse there, that's clearly
Doghouse.
Fascinating looking.
66.
Yeah, that's fascinating. But the downtown looked very kind of like gentrified.
Well, you're kind of, I think it's another place people stay when they're going to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, true.
So, you got the choice between Williams or Flagstaff. I wonder if I would stay in Flagstaff next time just to give it a go,
I think if you're not doing the train, I think I would probably stay in Flagstaff because just driving through the hotels look much better. We just passed a location for one of the shows Nacy always watches. What was that?
We've been to that Fat Olives place too.
What did we just pass?
Salsa Brava.
Yeah? What's Salsa Brava from?
That's where the sister wives go and have all their talks of deceit in the garden.
Talks of betrayal in the garden.
But no, that's where they have like a lot of their
well, especially during COVID. Yes.
And I think because it's probably got a larger space for them to sit in, and like the crew can probably film in there. So, yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen the inside of that a bunch. That's neat. There's like an El Pablo Inn. It was definitely being restored. It looked like a old school Route 66 hotel. Some old school restaurants here. Check that out. That is definitely an old school It literally just says restaurant.
Yeah. Starlight Lanes. It's a little mall now. The Museum Club, which makes me think it's an antique store.
Well, it's definitely like right after we got outside of the Flagstaff like main area. Well, and then this gentrified shopping center right here. It was definitely turning into more like old school Route 66. They had a Herbst car place, which is pretty neat. But yeah, some fascinating stuff out here.
Is that it's a
sizzle.
That
Probably
was
used
like a Western Sizzler or something.
Probably used to be a Sizzler. Now it's just a sizzle. They got rid of the R. We think we're on Route 66. We're back on 40 again because it merged with 40. But this is what it looks like. There is nothing. And it is flat as all can be. There is a train over here to the left. In the very, very far distance, you might be able to see it on camera. But it's out there. That's it. There's nothing.
Nothing.
It's been like this for about 3 or 4 miles now.
Next town is like 20-something miles away.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when we get there. So I'm guessing that's the meteor. Yeah, that is. That's the meteor thing that they were talking about. It's like a teepee with a dome. But there's the train. I wasn't going to film it. Nate's like, you should film it.
Like, yeah. There's nothing else to see out here. That was the most thing we've seen in the last half hour. That and the train.
Yeah, that and the train. Had some cool rocks, but that's pretty much it. I think that's the same train we had in Flagstaff, you know? I think that is the same train.
There's no trees out here.
There is no trees out here, yeah. I don't know if you saw that when we drove past it, but there was like this octagon-based building, and then it had like this almost like a pinball on top of it just sticking up. Not a pinball, but a pin, like a bowling pin, but like a really big-looking one. And it was just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. I wonder what it was.
Trains.
Yeah, look at all the trains. I mean, it's crazy the amount of trains. Trains. That's the second one going the other direction. First big structure we've seen in a while, the Chola power plant. This is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Wonder where all the people live that work there. Geronimo.
That's whatever these signs are. They're saying like Geronimo.
Petrified wood. Geronimo. There's a little like teepee on the top of this mountain right here. It's interesting.
70 miles from the Mexico state line.
Yeah. We found some interesting stuff on this thing. It's like nothing, then a little blop of something, then nothing again.
Mostly trains.
Mostly trains. Arizona sign. I don't know why. We still got 75 miles to out of Arizona. We've been in Arizona this whole time.
It was their centennial sign. It was from something to 2012.
Oh, it's from 2012.
10 years ago. Another 10 years, 2022. We're in 2024.
Right.
Probably took them forever to make that sign, and now they gotta actually put the sign out. So we're just gonna leave it. We're gonna try and find Route 66 out here in a couple miles, so.
Yeah, let's see if we can actually find it. What did you say off camera?
So we are now back on Route 66, and we are going through Holbrook, Arizona. And according to the sign we just passed, Holbrook, Arizona was founded in 1882, and there was another sign that we just passed said something about the Pony Express.
Cool. Let's see what we can find. It's a nice little dog park from Kiwanis. Check that out. We found some wigwams. We wanted to stay at an actual wigwam hotel, but there's none along the route that we're going to be taking. Oh, but you could apparently sleep here at the wigwam. Look at them. Oh, that is so cool. And the classic cars. Oh, that's so neat.
This town so far is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the Justin Scarred come here. I think I've heard, yeah, now that I think about it, I think I've seen him do some drive-thrus. Holbrook, Arizona.
County Cobbler. Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah, old hotel. A little bit run down on the second one though. The first one looked really nice. The second one needs a little refurbing. Pretty cool. And there's a petrified forest apparently close by.
66 stuff all over.
Yeah. Mural on the right there.
Navajo County Museum.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. Museum and tourist info. Linda's Indian Art and Crafts.
American Mexican food. Home cooking.
So we were making a decision. Do we try to stay on Route 66? But the sign just ends with, nope.
Alright, we're back on 40.
And we're back on 40.
That was a fun little detour. Got to see where the Wigwam motels are, which we thought about staying in, but we decided to trade that for the Grand Canyon, so.
It looks really cool. We would totally
Yeah.
have stayed there, let me be clear. But it doesn't get us that far. We're only like 2 hours away from where we just were.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Who
cool.
knows, maybe another day. Maybe after we've kind of felt the Route 66 out,
Yeah.
we can just do where we actually just try to do as much of the road from Chicago to California or vice versa.
Yeah. Alright, we're off to the next area. Hopefully we find Route 66 again. So after we left the wigwams in Holbrook, the space is nothing again. A little greener, though. Got some interesting mounds over here. But it's just basically, whoop, nothing. Not a thing. There's some teepees over there at that painted Desert Indian Center. It's interesting looking. That's really fascinating.
More
A
petrified
dinosaur.
wood.
A dinosaur. More petrified wood
There's
stuff.
another dinosaur over there too.
I'm guessing there's fossils here? Yeah. It says there's fossils.
Weird Indian man, drum on his face. Over there.
Did you see that? It's like a sign. Interesting. There's nothing, and then there's that, and then we're back to nothing.
Yeah.
Look at that view out there. It's really cool. Just nothing, but it's definitely a beautiful landscape. We just passed a pancake house. It's closed down. They used to be open. Oh, it looks like there's a fort there too.
It's called Fort Courage.
Yeah. I remember when I used to see pancake houses all the time when we were traveling. Not so much anymore.
Hopefully we're going to be close to the New Mexico border here soon.
It's been our views for the last few hours. It has been trickling a little bit. It does look like we might get some rain today. So there's another roadside attraction. It's called Indian City. Tons of billboards.
Lots of like Indian style stores.
Yeah, and those are real discounts, not those fake discounts you get other places according to the signs.
Yeah, it's been fascinating.
This is pretty neat. We just came up on these mountains. Nacy was saying they look like the Grand Canyons. And of course we hit a big hill every time I start recording, it seems like lately. Oh, look at that. Which if you want to see us go to the Grand Canyon, check down the show notes. We just left there actually. We got another set of rocks on the other side of the road. I'm gonna show you. They look beautiful. So you got these over here, and you got these over here. But yeah, that's really cool. Really, really cool. Look at that one. That's impressive. Alright, and this is the first time for both of us. We're going to be New Mexico true.
Woohoo! New Mexico! Yeah, look at it. It's like built
Look
in.
at that cave, yeah. Look at that.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
And I think that's right on Route 66. Dang it. That's cool.
Yeah. Heading into the New Mexico Welcome Center. Let's check out the points of interest map. Do you know what an official scenic historic marker is? They have this. I'll show you the other side. This makes more sense. So it's apparently marking some of the historic areas for the natives. Contained many Indian pueblos dating from about 8500 to 1325 when it was abandoned. Navajo settled here by 1800. This is the home of the Manuelito, one of the last of the chiefs to surrender for confinement at the Bosque Redondo Reservation near Fort Summer. The Navajos returned here in 1868. And I'll show you those rock structures that we went past. That's probably where they housed themselves. Just stopping by. Here's a historic Route 66 sign. Welcome to New Mexico, land of enchantment. And a visitor center sign. Got some pretty cool artwork here. Check it out. Inside the visitor center. And they have like the typical brochures and stuff you can get for each day, but that's pretty cool. Check out some pottery they have here. 2009. Check out this little Roswell display here. They got the little aliens. And they have something else on the bottom. They have a model of the USS New Mexico. Like the little greetings from New Mexico sign. And check out these tiles. That's pretty neat. Yeah. This is the creator of that piece. So this is a model of an adobe. Okay, that's kind of cool. Check out that inside. I like a little fire cooking outside. Just finished with the visitor center. Look at the change in elevation and mountain, like geography. Now we're like surrounded by mountains again, instead of the flatlands we've been traveling through the rest of Arizona. Fascinating.
It was really cool seeing like the caves, like the concaveness of the stuff.
Yeah.
But that was really cool.
Gonna have to put it back on mountain mode, it looks like. So we're going to Gallup, the city of Gallup.
We're back on Route 66, y'all.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Cops up there.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we've made it to Gallup. We're just kind of cruising along. There's a couple of little things. There's a big old bar that said it had live country music, but then it said it was up for rent, so who knows how long ago it was when it had live country music.
That used to be a motel.
Yeah.
Motel
That's a pretty cool looking motel though. I like the architecture. A lot of closed down stuff in Gallup.
Yeah. They got a Sonic, that'll tell you something.
Yeah. Right next to the train tracks. Which isn't surprising. Again, Route 66 seems to follow the train. We're just going to keep cruising and see what we find. Just kind of a long strip of road. Got a little bit further in Gallup. Just kind of the same thing. Old businesses, old buildings. Some with some flair. Look at that Glenn's. That's pretty neat with that sign. It's a bakery. I'd hope it's made fresher in the middle of nowhere. What else you got to do?
That looks popular.
A restaurant and lounge. Ford dealership. Pretty neat. Neat little place. Yeah, there's some cool artwork on that cannabis dispensary. That's the second one we've seen, by the way, of cannabis dispensaries. Oh, check out that old hotel sign. That's neat. The Lexington. Both of them are actually really cool. Alright.
That's cool that it's like neon too, but it's not lit up.
Yeah. Kind of wish it was. I'd like to see what it looked like lit up. I wonder if it still actually lights up. There's some stuff on the side of the historic building. Not sure if it's open. Oh, it used to be a hotel. It used to be the Rex Hotel, according to the... It's a historic building.
That's pretty cool.
Alright. Some more cool old school buildings. This actually reminds us of our morning when we drove past the town.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the closest to Williams that we've seen so far.
Yeah. Some more old school stuff.
Look at that mural.
Indian touch. Ooh, that's nice. Gallup, Route 66. Macy, just in case you didn't know she was driving. Native American Traders. That's a cool looking building too. First American Traders. There's the George Galliant's Multicultural Center. Okay, a cool building too. And right across the street, another really neat looking building.
Fetishes Direct. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is fetish necklaces.
Yeah, that's okay.
Anasazi Traders. That was the name of our train car.
Yeah, it was.
It was the Anasazi.
And we definitely recommend that train car if you're going on the rail system. Went a little bit further. We passed a closed, boarded up hotel, but look at El Rancho.
Yeah, we've seen Justin Scared go there. That place is supposed to be hella haunted.
El Rancho Hotel.
Yes. I've heard about this place. This place is pretty famous, actually. It's a National Historic Site. It's really old, and like I said, it's supposed to be really haunted. And Justin Scared has gone here several times and shown the inside of the hotel and the rooms. So, yeah, there it is. I've seen it in person now.
Yeah, you have that classic one, and then you have their expansions built out here. Pretty cool. So a little bit more about the El Rancho. It's really neat looking. Apparently, it was built in like the 1920s to appeal to Hollywood. It opened in 1936, and it was about the golden age of Hollywood. They're building a place out in the desert for like celebrities, and like celebrities and stuff would go and stay there. And it even talks about on their website that like people like Kirk Douglas, Ronnie Chaney Jr., Kim Hunter, Troy Donahue, other celebrities have stayed at the hotel, and apparently they supposedly still host production companies to this day. We did pick up a guide of like movie locations across New Mexico, and there are a lot of movie locations across New Mexico, so that could be true, but it's also a roadside attraction, so you don't really know how true it is. But there's the El Rancho sign on the side, but the hotel, motel, restaurant, all at reasonable rates. So here's Route 66. There's the highway going on the other side of the mountains there, and then it connects even over there. But what did you just say?
This makes me think of the Cars movie where the freeway is just kind of running parallel to the small town.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. Now, they did get inspiration for the movie by riding Route 66, so...
Makes sense. Check out this weird building coming up. It's like an egg on top of it.
It's like a mosque.
Roadrunner Auto Sales. Yeah, it's probably some kind of religious thing, maybe. It's an interesting looking building, though. Doesn't say. I don't think whatever was there is still there. Just traveling down good old Route 66. Just reached the outside of Gallup, and there's the Navajo Casino. That reminds me of the one that was like in Immokalee.
Yeah, it's called Fire Rock.
Oh, Fire Rock.
Maybe that's why the restaurant closed.
Who knows? There's a restaurant in Vegas we used to go to. That's what she's referring to. Yeah, this is Route 66, and there is 40 right next to it. So you're basically traveling the same way. I feel like this is like the epitome of what Route 66 probably used to be like back then. Just nothing, and then you come to the small town, and then just nothing again. There's like no road signs. You wouldn't know. I mean, there's 40 again right there. There's no road signs. You wouldn't even know that you're on Route 66, honestly. Like here. We apparently are going to curve. Look, it says wrong way, so there's only one way to do it.
I guess we're getting back on 40, guys.
Yeah. That's to keep animals. Yeah, fascinating. The red rocks in the distance. I mean, beautiful views. But definitely an interesting trip. And we're getting back on 40. So we just drove past something interesting. We kind of missed it on camera because it came up so quickly. But it was a guy on like a
old bicycle.
Yeah, one of the ones with the big front wheel and the tiny back wheel.
Yeah. And it said he's riding across America. And what's crazier is that he was riding on the freeway.
Yes.
Because like Route 66 right there.
Yeah, you can actually see.
It might be safer if he was on Route 66 than this freeway where people are going 75, 80, 90 miles an hour, and he's just riding in the shoulder.
Yeah, on the shoulder. That's some courage. I wonder how long it takes him to get across America.
I don't know. That was very interesting. And I was like, what is that? And sure enough, I thought it was a unicycle at first, and then I saw the back tires, and I was like, no, it's a bicycle. And he was like in clown garb, too.
Yeah. All right, so did a little research. The bike is called a penny farthing, which is that one big wheel in the front, small wheel in the back.
Fascinating.
Apparently, the first person to do it was, I'll get his name again. It was a Thomas Stevens, but that was a very long time ago, and he set out to bike across the world. But there's another guy, apparently he's from, I guess, across the seas. His name is Joff Summerfield, and he sets out to do it. A few years ago, he did Montana, so I'm guessing it's him. I can't find anything specifically about this tour, and there's no specific website for it or anything, even though it said biking across America or whatever on the back of his jersey.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything specific about him, but I'm guessing it's the same guy, because like it'd be weird if there's two, but maybe there is.
Maybe.
And one thing we notice about Route 66 is that it's like intermittent. People don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's not a solid, like, you get on it and you just keep driving. It actually merges with 40 several times.
Yeah. Like, you'll go a mile or two on it, and then Route 66 just dead ends. And then you have to get off and get on to 40. And then 2 times so far we've been on Route 66 just to a dead end.
Yeah, it just merges into I-40.
And then other times you get on it and you're on it for, 20, 30 minutes and then back on I-40. And you could be on I-40 for hours before you get back onto Route 66.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess technically I-40 is Route 66 at that point, but it's just kind of interesting that no one really talks about the in-between stuff.
Yep. It's still been really fun.
Oh yeah, it's been really fun.
The little towns.
Oh, the wigwams were awesome. I wish we would have stayed a little longer there and looked at the wigwams. I wish we could have stayed at them, but again, I'd rather... We picked the Grand Canyon. I think it was a good choice, but, it's sad that we didn't get to stay at the wigwams.
The Mother Road souvenirs. Looks like we're coming up on another exit for Route 66, so we'll probably get off again and see what we see.
Yeah, see where we get to. So we're not much further past the strange guy on the penny farthing. We just saw a sign that says, "Do not pick up hitchhikers. This is a prison area."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We're right outside the Chaco Cultural Historical Center.
How often do you think people hitchhiked that broke out of prison? If they put a sign up, that costs a lot of money.
Yeah. To me, that tells me that's pretty frequent.
Yeah, right?
I wouldn't even know that this was a prison facility out here if they didn't tell me.
Yeah, they tell you. So I wonder where the actual... Oh, I can see. Yeah, I can see it from here.
Okay.
Yeah, right past the gas station.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of hidden, though, behind the building, but it's right there. Yeah. Fascinating that they're worried about picking up hitchhikers.
Fascinating.
So we're back to being just Route 66 again. We're heading to the town of Grant. They're supposed to have like a big sign like they had in Kingman. Let's see if we can find it. Alright, we made it to the city. It's pretty cool. Some architecture here. Nice park to our left.
It's called the Fire and Ice Park.
Yeah. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Hey, there's an Aaron. So there's one of those Santa Fe's. We saw them this morning at our hotel when we started our trip. They have these basket things up here. We've seen like 3 or 4 of them. See it here on the right. As we've gone through town. Those are pretty neat. We're just kind of cruising through the city. It's very similar to the other one. It's got the occasional fancy neon light to draw people in back in the day. Pat's Lounge and the Roaring 20s. That's a grand opening for whatever that building is.
It says we're on West Santa Fe.
There's a pretty cool neon. Sands Motel.
It's like Old Vegas.
Yeah.
The
Desert Sun Motel.
And just think, like, this used to be the route that people took, so they had to build these motels
Right.
for people. Now, nobody.
colored sun. Not as cool as the other one, a little less neon-y. They got the front row seat. Now there's an old one that's kind of fallen in disrepair. Remember, folks, don't pick up hitchhikers. There's a lot of them here, apparently, though.
Yeah, they're like backpacking somewhere.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is Route 66, y'all.
Yeah. We have officially made it to Albuquerque. So, looks big.
It's like the biggest city we've seen in New Mexico. So
I know. It's the biggest city we've seen in a little while. Pretty neat. We'll probably do some exploring tonight. But we're going to try to stop at the hotel first and drop some stuff off. And we got about 12 minutes to get there. We officially checked into the hotel. Did a room tour and everything, so check that out in the show notes or subscribe if it's not up to the channel yet. We'll have a whole review of this hotel. Interesting so far. Interesting. Now we're heading to
a Mexican place.
a Mexican restaurant that Nacia chose that she just put in the GPS but now doesn't remember the name.
Ay mi Mexico.
Ay mi Mexico. Alright, let's go check it out. Made it to the restaurant. These are our chips and salsa. We've had a few now. But they actually come with a cheese and the salsa is super hot. But we got the fajitas and some tacos coming out. Macy's excited. So I got the 3 tacos. Came with rice and beans. Cool. Good. She got 2 fajitas. And here's. Looks really good and it smells fantastic, y'all. So hopefully it's as good as it smells. We'll let you know at the end. Alright, this is the fried cheesecake. This is cracking it. Cheesecake chimichanga. That's good. It means it's fresh fried. It's good. It's just hot. Oh, nice. There you go. We'll let you know about all the food when we get outside. We just got done at the Ay mi
Mexico.
Ay mi Mexico. Interesting name. It was really good food.
Yeah, the fajitas were really good. Honestly, the only thing I would say is the tortillas aren't made fresh in-house, but everything else was tasty.
And the one warning I would say is watch out for the salsa. It'd be hot.
Yeah, their salsa
It's
is
good.
spicy.
It's house made, but it is hot.
Yeah, I didn't eat much salsa because it will definitely screw me up later, but
Fajita meat, awesome. Tacos, super good. We got the dessert. Really good too. And it had raspberry, strawberry in it too.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that bad. We paid $48 and we got 2 meals and a dessert. So.
That's our cheapest meal in like weeks.
Yeah. So.
Now we're going to drive around Old Town. We'll see if it's even open still because it is after 6 and apparently everything in Albuquerque closed early. Yeah. But we're going to go check it out and see what we can find.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it is.
That light too?
In half a mile,
this guy, sorry, mic is off. So this guy at the last light, see, he's just running lights. He's literally just running lights. He just ran the light in front of us. And Nacy said just weird things we've seen today. I don't understand what this is an interesting city, y'all. It's like a Phoenix meets like
small
small town. It's really interesting. Wonder if he's going to try to weave through those cars up there. He is. He's weaving through the cars to try to get to the light.
Next one, take a slight left turn.
Fascinating. Yeah, he was like jamming to music because he was like dancing at the light. He's
either high or intoxicated.
Yeah, who knows? But look at the old structures. Like look at that building to the left. Another Lotta-Burger. I'm guessing if you live here, let us know. That's a Whataburger ripoff, I guess.
Romero Street Northwest. Then the destination is on your left.
But we're almost to Old Town. Little Anita's Mexican food. That looks busier than the place we went to. Check out this guy on a horse here. That's kind of cool. Guy on a horse. Oh yeah, this is definitely Old Town. You can just tell.
The destination is on your left. Old Town, Albuquerque.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a shopping district.
Go past this light.
All right, so we're just kind of cruising around. We'll see what we can find. Show you as we go along. Oh, I like those paintings over there. That's really cool. The blues. Kind of look like quilt pieces. Very nice. Here is the Albuquerque Museum. A lot of people out front, though. It's definitely very friendly. there's the Tiguex Park. Tiguex. Old Town Plaza paid parking. No parking at any time. I don't understand where. Where can you designate?
That's
Where?
an interesting fucking house. I like
Yeah, look at that. Those are definitely old architectural styles. A couple more old buildings to look at. I like them. They're like almost like mud kind of put together makes it. It matches like the color of the red rocks and stuff. It's kind of like Phoenix meets Tucson. That's kind of nice to just set off camera, but Phoenix meets Tucson. That's kind of what this reminds us of. We weren't in Tucson for very long, but what we did see, it looked like this. Kind of like this old classic style. Check that Rio Grande Trading Post over there. That's a pretty cool looking building. It looks closed though. Oh, and then looking to be like an old courthouse or something over there. You can always tell by like the columns if it used to be either a courthouse or a church.
We're gonna turn.
Or a really rich person's house too.
We're gonna make another circle, see what else we can find.
Yeah. Check out that old building over there, the Sam Chinese house. Or Lamb's Chinese house. Interesting. Some Baskin Robbins. El Don Hotel. That'd be a cool neon if it lights up like that with the cowboy hat top. We found something pretty cool. We actually are going over the Rio Grande River. This is the Rio Grande right here on Route 66, because we're on Route 66 too again. And then here she comes.
Better view on the other side.
Yeah, well, we got a good view. Look at that. That's the Rio Grande. That's the river that separates Mexico from the U.S. at certain points. That's pretty cool. So this used to be the El Vado Hotel, if I said that right. But now it's like restaurants and like a niche little area to go at. That's pretty cool.
I love it.
If that was still a hotel, we would totally stay there.
Heck yeah.
We would totally stay there. There's some other stuff. Let me zoom out a little further for you. Some more shots of the buildings that we're passing by. Definitely got that brown adobe, I believe is the color called. Like, kind of like look to them. There's a nice vet over there in that parking lot. Puppies! Look at the barber shop. That's a tiny barber shop. Yeah, this is the historic area.
This one
Well,
looks
they
like
found
metal
a
places.
bumblebee.
And,
It is fascinating.
That's cool.
We see those in the Vegas airport all the time. I wonder if it's like the same company. Is there a bunch of people across the country making those things? Yeah, they're right. But we have made it to downtown ABQ, as they call it on all the signs.
Yeah.
Because it's much shorter than just saying Albuquerque, ABQ.
A BQ. A BQ.
ABQ.
Up.
But we're almost out of it. So it's pretty small. I can definitely see the appeal. I mean, look at these mountains,
In
some
about
beautiful
2.5
backdrops
miles,
here.
take exit 162 onto
You know?
Louisiana Boulevard.
It's really pretty. It's been a fun experience experiencing Albuquerque. Whoop. We've flown over it a bunch. Never been here though.
Right.
All right, that includes our day here in Albuquerque.
Yeah, it was an interesting drive getting here. We saw lots of different, interesting things that I never thought in a million years I would see.
Yeah, I loved seeing the caves with the little like indents there where people were living a long time ago. That was super neat to actually see in person. They're definitely different.
Worth a visit.
Yeah, and they don't really come across on camera as like amazing as they are in person, because we've seen other people's videos going there and seeing them ourselves. That was just amazing. The drive was interesting. We saw like 3 very weird incidences. The guy crazily running the lights, and some of the other things we saw. The biker gang that we saw again that we didn't expect to see.
And then the guy pedaling the Pender Snooch, whatever.
Oh yeah, the Pender. Yeah, the big bike.
Yeah, that was probably the most
Weird,
interesting
right?
thing I saw like all day yesterday. I was like, that's cool.
So it was a fun little trip. Now we're getting ready to head to Amarillo, Texas. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But if you like this video, hit that thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you guys for the next one.
Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.